And Lexi is from Oklahoma, so it's a different country accent that they had.
What I'm
And
saying,
then I think also looking at who Lexi settled down with, can you imagine the kind of trauma that she went through, like with men, to have someone who makes you feel safe? It doesn't really matter what they look like at the end of the day. He made her son feel safe, he made her feel safe, and that is way more important for any woman, especially somebody who started having kids at 15, has trauma around one of her partners trying to, you know, as you know,
yeah, yeah, yeah.
assault her children and herself, and really feeling like, men aren't safe anymore. So I
That's what
think
I was going to say.
all
Uh,
of things into account when you think about her character and where she ends in the end.
but that's what I was going to say. That's coming off the cusp of that whole traumatic situation. Like, that was crazy. So, and again, pretty women are shallow. Like, that does exist. These women do exist. They're gorgeous, and you're like, they can't keep a man. J-Lo, as an example, no shade, beautiful, but
We know what that
continuing.
we know what that is.
I'm just saying as an example, like she's beautiful, has no problem getting a dude, but it keeps not working out. So what's really going on? You know
But
what I mean?
the wrong
Um,
she's like she said, he saw me, they saw him for what he was, but all I saw was a Buick. Like
Also,
she didn't
yeah,
shallow
it wasn't
until
tracking,
she couldn't afford to be shallow anymore.
and no doubt, and again, I'm not debating with y'all because y'all are women, so y'all know how it go down. So I'm just giving it from a male perspective. I'm not saying I'm correct. So I was just, but like when she ends up with old boy that looks like the guy from The Office, I just,
I
I
will
mean,
say that was a bit of a stretch.
I
That
mean,
was a stretch
I
for
mean,
me.
a guy can luck up sometime though. Like we've always seen it at some point where you'll see a girl with a guy, and the guy might be like this really handsome, what I'm saying, guy who's like, how did she end up with him? Or vice versa. She might be this really pretty girl, and the guy is like kind of just cool, and then you look at it like, how did
He
he end
treats
up
her.
with her? So it happens. It is realistic. It's just it kind of took me out of it a little bit with her. She didn't do a bad job, and she's very charming, and you root for her. I just I just think she was, in my opinion, she was slightly too attractive. I just think they should have got somebody that was like a little bit more moderate, where like like, or they could have just done her differently, like Miss Congeniality,
Sandra Bullock.
Sandra Bullock, where like if she's that way, it's like okay, cool. I could see, like I can't see the beauty yet until they do the whole reveal. Like oh, okay, you do got something there. But like she was gorgeous from the gate, and that's
But
what
I
made it
think
challenging for me.
your issue is more so with the guy than her. Like I think if the ending guy was maybe not all the way left, because just her being pretty doesn't mean she isn't gonna kiss a lot of. You know what I mean? So I don't think that's unrealistic. I
What,
think what
but
your struggle piece is
it
the
is that's a part of it.
guy that she ended up marrying.
That's a part of it. But also, what was her Mia? What was her job? Was she a nurse? What was she?
Yeah, she was a nurse.
Okay, so that's the other challenge. It's like okay, clearly you're smart to be a nurse, and so
But in the game of love, that doesn't always
and
equate.
again, this is
I'm not gonna tell my friend business. Well, I'm gonna tell a little bit of her business, but I ain't gonna say her name. I have a friend who was probably the most intelligent, book smart person I've ever known in my life. When it came to love and relationships, it was very, 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 if not way worse. Like similar to Lexi.
I know
Like
somebody like this too.
like and to this day she's one of the smartest, most successful people I've ever met. And but around like when she was a young mom, very similar situations to when it came to love and relationships. The things them things are very much mutually exclusive.
Yeah.
Like
Mm-hmm.
And
we
that's why I'm giving that, like, I understand, like, there's just territory that as a man I'll never understand. That's why I want to preface that. Like, I understand. I'm just giving you from my perspective how I'm seeing it, but I understand that, like, I may not see it because I'm not a woman, and y'all have seen women and have friends or acquaintances or family members where you see like they have a skewed judgment, you know.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why it's hard for me. But that's men. Men will look at it like, man, bro, how bro get her? Like, bro, come on, bro. Like, what do he do? He got a lot of money? Nah, he ain't got a lot of money. All right, bro. Then maybe he knows some things in the. He don't know some, like, that's us. That's our logic. So that I'm just
Mm-hmm.
giving y'all. I'm just giving the listeners our logic. So for me, that's kind of what it was. It's like maybe they could have made Ashley Judd not as gorgeous, you know, maybe just non makeup until, you know, maybe she builds up to it. That's my opinion. Cause I can't see it. It takes me out of it. I'm sorry. Like it takes me out of it.
It's not her, it's him.
Takes me
and
out of it. I don't
it
believe it.
can't either because I
And then
see
I don't believe and then I don't believe that she's like not smart enough to have birth control. Like she doesn't even come off like she's not smart. Like she don't like novally. I feel I could see her not being that like intelligent and smart and exposed to resources. I don't see that with her, and
She
that's what
is a nurse. That is kind of,
it
but
throws me off. It's like you're not like if she was just like some like okay, let's say she was like more on some like I don't want to say janitorial, but like if she cleaned the hospital, like where it's like, hey, I'm not saying I'm a graduate. This is my job. I clean the hospitals. I make sure everything is sanitary, whatever. All right, cool. But like you're a nurse. I find it hard to believe. I'm sorry, bro. I find it hard to believe.
I
It don't.
know I know some of the smartest women who do the dumbest shit.
And
Like
again, I find it like I'm like
I can accept that nurse and then the lack of protection. I can take that.
five
Too pretty
kids,
for the yeah, that's crazy. Like that is
she said she
that's
started at 15 and just didn't stop.
yeah, that's a lot.
I'm sorry.
That's a lot for you. Yeah.
Th-
So
th-
I can accept that.
And we're starting at 15, so you're probably looking at what 90s. It's like, bro, you get in 2000s, like, bro, get that shit together, bro. Like, I'm sorry, it just don't. He not wearing a condom ever. Like, even if you don't know about birth control, you know about condoms. Everybody knows about condoms. You're telling me
Condoms
you're in a
break sometimes. Safe.
But that's again not how people think when they're caught up in the moment.
Right, you're
Everybody
thinking logical right
you
now.
got 3 kids, bro. I ain't thinking. That shit is over with.
in
You,
her
you,
defense,
you,
she had twins. She had twins that third time.
okay, so then you really thinking. You see what I'm saying? That makes my point even clearer. So you really thinking. Now
I
you know I could have twins back to back. I could go. I could do another buy one get one free.
I just think you are being a little bit too objective about this.
Nah, bro. I may
It's
be, but I'm just
separate
saying
things.
that I don't see it. Like I'm not mad at it. I'm not saying it's not realistic. I'm not saying it doesn't exist. I'm not saying it doesn't happen. I just think in this movie, Ashley Judd just comes off too smart to be a character that's not smart enough. And it may be her. It's like if we seen Denzel in a movie where it's like, you know, Out of Time. Like we see Denzel Out of Time. Like okay, they're gonna have moments where he's not as smart in his other movies, but he's still smart enough in certain scenarios. Like all right, cool. But if they made him flat out like it doesn't make sense, we would have issue completely.
I
So for
don't
me, I just
uh,
don't see that for Ashley Judd. So that's what it is for me. She didn't do a bad job. She did a great job as far as acting goes. Probably overqualified, but I just think that they should have cast somebody else that felt a little bit more in a neutral territory because she looks to me more intelligent, like she would get it. And y'all just couldn't make me. I couldn't buy into that part of the story.
Touristing real bad right now, and it's tourist season, so I can see
It ain't
why.
even that. I just it's the casting of her. Like she doesn't, and it could be because we've seen her other movies, and we see how Ashley Judd gave it up, and she gives like real strong,
But it's
feminine.
an actress, though.
That's
Right.
which is fine, but again, she it's like y'all trying to convince me that she comes off this certain confidence even in this film, like the way she's playing it. And then I just I'm sorry, I don't buy it. I'm sorry, that's gonna be a thing for me. Like
And that's,
we could dance around it all day. It doesn't drop the film for me. I just don't think Ashley Judd was the person for it, and that's how I
We
see
are
it.
all entitled to our opinion.
But I like her. I like her a lot. I'm rooting for her. But I think somebody just slightly under her scale for the role.
I will respectfully disagree, but
Okay.
I hear you.
All right. That's fine.
hmm
Where y'all want to go next?
I want to jump over because I feel like a lot of this is. Oh wait, you know what we didn't talk about? I just want to briefly talk about this because he doesn't come up a lot, but he is like a important background character. So Moses White Cotton, played by Keith David,
Mm-hmm.
she actually meets him before she has her baby, and he is a huge influence in her life. And I really love what they did with his character because he wasn't like some mythical, magical Negro, but he was,
Oh yeah.
he was there to offer her just a little bit of mentorship, like as far as career wise,
Mm-hmm.
and helped her find what it was that she really was interested in and plant the seed in her head that, you know, you don't think you can do this, but you can. Like, why couldn't you do it? Why can't you be a photographer? Why would that be funny? And he helped her, choose the name of her baby. Well, he didn't help her choose, but he steered her away from naming her baby Wendy with the I, you know, because names are a very huge part of this story. The names of each character have so much like attached to the character. Like you have sister who
Mm-hmm.
is really just like the sister of the community. She's welcoming. She does everything for everybody. She's a sponsor for her people in AA, and she took in Novalee Nation. It's like she is this innocent, naive character who grows to be like this very strong character. And then you have Lexi, who is the cool friend. She's really cool. And um, then Moses is like the wise character. And then it's just like you start to see like the names and attach them to the characters in a way that I think just adds a lot of depth to the film. So that's why I just really love his character because he's not like a huge part,
Mm-hmm.
but he plays a good role in the background, just pushing Nova Lee a little bit
Let me
from
ask, how much of it do you think it is the script versus Keith David's performance?
I give it I would give 80% of it to Keith David's
Okay.
performance. I
Okay.
think Keith David is phenomenal. Like
Yeah, he's up there. He's that dude. I'll rock with Keith David.
he has like this fatherly wise presence where he speaks and you're gonna listen to whatever it is that he's saying.
Yeah. Like I feel like you know how we put Morgan Freeman in those roles where they be like, hey, if there's a audio book of the Bible or anything, anybody to voice God, it'll be Morgan Freeman. I think we need to consider Keith David because that voice, man, listen, like I watched. Have you ever watched Greenleaf?
I didn't finish it, but I
Okay.
did watch the first season.
Okay, that's fair, that's fair. But like just how he played that was so good. And of course he played in so many other things. We talked about Dead Presidents last episode, but like Yeah, his character in this movie, I actually thought that he was going to end up getting with her friend. Like I thought somehow it was going to be tied together again. For a person that never seen the movie, because I'm thinking that he was like, "Hey," she was asking. Novely was like, "Hey, can she keep her stuff in your storage for a little bit?" I'm thinking, "Oh, okay, they're gonna connect the two together type of thing." But obviously it didn't happen. But that's what I was thinking originally, but it never happened. But like, yeah, he's a great character. I like him a lot. Um,
Want to pivot over to Willie Jack because his story kind of is like a timestamp almost for the movie. Or was there something you wanted to talk about before we go back to Willie Jack?
we can go to Willie Jack. Ash, what you got to say about Willie Jack, man?
Um, I don't have too much to say about him. I kind of, well, that's in the later section, actually. But like after he left for the Walmart, I really just
Yeah,
was done with him from the get go. Like if I'm keeping it all the way a bean, I don't care to see nothing you got going on.
yep.
Um, the guitar in prison. Uh, yeah, I don't have too much. I'll let Mia have it,
Oh,
or both. But it was like you said, that was an indication of the time passing, because that wasn't really clear in the film. So that kind of helped gauge a little bit in some of his conversations with Ruth, was that his manager or whatever. So I will say that did kind of help gauge a little bit. Uh, yeah.
They shouldn't have utilized him as the time stamp.
you don't think so?
Nah.
Why do you say that?
I feel like I didn't read the book, but I feel like they're trying to connect him more to the. In this movie, I understand why they keep like synchronizing him through the story because there's going to be a big moment in the conclusion. But I don't think he needed to be the timestamp. I just it's a thing where I think maybe writers. I ain't never looked no interviews of this, but like I think when y'all have already painted a picture of him, there you can't. Y'all already put him in a place where he's not redeemable. So
I
then
don't
y'all,
think they were trying to redeem him.
huh?
I don't think they were trying to redeem him.
Well then, okay, so that's perfect. So then for me, then don't give us no scenes other than the last scene. We spend too much time with him. Like if he's not meant to be redeemable, don't give us no time of oh he's at a hotel, oh he's getting drunk, oh he's like give us he comes back up somehow. Like maybe his music is on the radio, we get that scene, and then maybe we get he on the train thing like towards the end. But like y'all give us too much time in other places, like we don't care. Which I'll speak to a later section about the length of the film. It's like we don't need Willie Joe, like Willie Jake or whatever his name. Like
Jack.
Willie Jack, we don't need this bro, like this dude. Like
I think
so
I don't mind it. I'm not gonna say that I need it necessarily either way. I don't mind it because I feel like seeing the parallels between their lives and how his life is going versus how her life is going is just an indicator of like when you make a decision, how it sets your path. Like that decision he made, where it took him versus where it took her, and how it kind of ruined his life, but saved her life in a way. And we see like he's still a horrible person and it takes him down a horrible path. And Novalee has always been, a kind person. So good came to her and she went on, a better path. And when they both meet back up, she is the one in the position where he needs help. And they started off in her being in the position where she kind of needed him. And he wasn't there to help her when she needed him, but she was there for him when he needed her. And she didn't even really, she shouldn't have been, or she didn't need to be. She did that because of the kind of person she is. But it's just like, yeah, we didn't necessarily, I wouldn't have cared to see him, playing his song at the bars. If all we got was him, you know, in prison writing the song, and then we hear the song on the radio, and then we see, the newspaper article where it says, former country singer, whatever the case may be. We don't need it, but I don't mind it. Like
Yeah,
it didn't take anything away from me, but I get where you're going with it.
yeah, it doesn't, and it doesn't make the again. All of my gripes don't make the film worse because we've already established this is a good movie, so it don't make
Mhm.
that. It's just getting into some of the things. If anybody has listened to me as far as good earners talking about The Sopranos or Breaking Bad, No More Half Measures, me and Spike are in sync when it comes to when the production like shows us that we shouldn't care about this character, then don't try to make us all of a sudden care. I can't stand that in movies. Like if you showed him he's a piece of shit, then all of a sudden come out of nowhere like, oh, I'm supposed to root for him. I'm not rooting for him.
I think they want you to root for Willie Jack though.
Okay, so
Yeah, they wanted you to show how shitty his life is
not,
going.
but it wasn't shitty. He was up for a minute. He got clean cut.
I
He
mean,
was
he
doing.
had
He was.
one song,
Think that
like,
was like it was like, okay, he had a small little win, but it's not necessarily that you're supposed to be rooting for that. It's supposed to be like, look at this motherfucker. He left her and went on to have a music career, but ultimately the point is that that didn't mean anything. We're not rooting for you, and you got exactly what you like, what you deserve because that's the type of person you are.
Yeah, this is 2000. Because if this came out now, that shit would even been. It wouldn't have been the thing because it's like, yeah, I speak to it later. But um, sister, oh man, sister,
Oh,
oh
yeah.
man, what Ash? I'm gonna throw the ball in your court. Like, so it's a tornado, right, Mia?
Hmm.
mhm.
A tornado's coming their way, and there's this weird thing, and this is why I said this was the moment that made me see, like, oh, okay, this movie's different. Like, this is not a comedy or rom com. Like this moment was the moment. Ash,
Mhm.
when you see this moment, they know they're about to go down to the cellar, and sister's like, okay, let me get this. Obviously America's is already ready and packed, and they're getting ready to go to the cellar. But she's like, hey, I want to take this over. What do you think about the mindset of sister and just what do you think about that overall part of the film?
It was devastating. Uh, Again, this is running throughout the entire movie. These certain looks, like they did a really good job. Like, I'll be right back. Like the mother, Willie Jack, like all of it's like I know this is not about to end well for Nova Lee, and it's just, and again, sister is like her mother, so that I was like, please don't take that food out there. This is a category what? You know what I'm
Right,
saying? I'm
right.
like, this is terrible. Like, and she's just such a sweetheart, but it's
I
like,
know.
dude, we can't do it. We gotta go now. The other lady came, like, hey, we gotta go ahead and go down to the cellar. Like, let's get it going. Like, you didn't have time to do that. Um, but it just goes to show it, life is not fair. Um, you know,
Damn.
anybody can go at any time. Your closest friends, family is the unexpected. It's sudden, and a lot of the things were happening suddenly for Nova Lee, and that's kind of like it just broke my heart.
Yeah, no
But
doubt.
like, it was beautiful to know that she set Nova Lee up. You know what I mean? Put her all in her paperwork. I mean, that shows how much she meant to her too. Like, it was a mutual feeling between each other, so a mutual love, and and then as far as the tornado scene, like with the door and I wasn't. I mean, that part was kind of like I didn't like the visual of it. Like, I didn't put it in the later section, but it just it was
What you think it was too extreme or unrealistic? What
unrealistic. I would say like
you
it
think
just
she
looked
flew out of
crazy.
there?
It looked crazy, man. She would have been out of there. And then when America's is trying to like get free to go to her, like, bro, she would have took off out there.
Hey, listen,
Like that door,
y'all think Joe Jackson did damage?
dude, chill. That is a crazy line to say.
Cut it out,
If
Mo.
a tornado's coming, ain't
You ain't gonna do nothing because the baby already traumatized.
go ahead, man. go go
Yeah, you're
ahead.
you're crazy.
I'm yeah. When this door closed, it is tornado pass.
Let
Anyway,
her leave it alone.
I ain't said nothing. I'm just saying if y'all think Joe Jackson was mad,
anyway,
Terrible thing to say.
no matter how many times I see this movie, it's like you still you wish the sister doesn't go
oh
out
man, for real, for real.
because you know what's gonna happen. It's like, no. And as
Mm-mm-mm.
soon as she says, I'll be right back, you know it's over. Like it's up.
Yep.
We'll never see sister again.
Do you think
But
she thought she was gonna go? Like, cause that was
no,
just
I
like,
think that she honestly, because if you think about it, Oklahoma is what they call Tornado Alley.
okay,
Tornadoes to them is such a common occurrence.
yeah, it's like hurricanes in Florida.
Think like, okay, I got time. They issued the warning. It probably won't be here. You know, I don't hear the sirens yet. I don't hear the trail the my mom always says, for a tornado, listen for the sound of like a railroad train. Like that's what it sounds like. And she's like, I don't hear anything. The wind's not whipping too hard. She's like, I got time. She lives down the street, whatever. But obviously that was not the case. And we don't see sister anymore. And you can see the gravity of that when Novalee refuses to shut the door to the seller because she's like, no, sister's coming. Like she's still out there. We have to wait for her. And then, it's too late. And next thing you see, sister is gone. And we have to grapple with that. But the beauty of it. And then, after that, they lost a lot in that tornado. The Walmart that Novalee worked at, because she was promised a job at any Walmart after she had her baby. So she loses her job there because it goes up with the tornado. So she's planning on moving until she finds out that sister left her money and land in her estate. And you see, like, sister is the mother that Novalee never had. Like, she's really
Yeah,
the only mother that she did have.
yeah, exactly.
And she looked at her as a daughter. And Americus called her grandma sister. Like, she was really her mother
Mm-hmm.
and her guardian angel in a sense,
Mm-hmm.
in more ways than one. Even in death, she
Yeah.
still took care of her.
And another dark moment that I didn't talk about was when Americans get kidnapped by the Southern Bible thumping believers. Um, you know, I want to be very transparent here. So the cops, they're looking for the baby, and then it all connects where sister remembers, them pulling up, and then of course uh, she remembers the letter that was sent about
Mhm.
being having a Walmart baby. So they end up eventually finding the baby in like a bassinet,
In a
and
nativity scene, because it was
yeah,
Christmas.
exactly. I'm gonna keep it a bean. Like when we got to that part of the movie, I said, if this baby's gone, I'm gone. I promise on everything I love. Like I was watching it, and as they was walking up, I said, if that baby is not alive, I'm out. And the rest of the coverage of our podcast is gonna be whatever you tell me. I promise, because I was like, bro, I can't do it. I can't do it. But when the baby was still alive, I was like, okay, cool. But I really wish, again, all of the stuff that I wish we didn't have. I wish we just seen them get locked up.
Yeah.
Like, see them get locked up, bro. Like, give us that payoff. So, but
Hmm.
yeah, so I just wanted to mention that before we kind of kept going. But yeah, like you said, Nova Lee ends up, getting her fine. Everything is left to her, and she's, pretty much establishing things, and she gets into photography.
Mhm.
She's pretty good. That shot with her daughter was a really good shot. Like with all of the chaos, having her daughter like, play innocent, be innocent in that moment. Um, and then even the guy that just brought over the stuff, speaking about sister, always helping him out when he was drunk at bars. So just so wholesome. And um, Mister
Right.
Brock, oh yes, Brock, just like he just wanted the table because obviously they fornicated on the table. You know, freaky ass nigga. Uh,
For sure.
I had to say it. But they end up rebuilding this beautiful home and start to kind of get more levels with Forney. So y'all want to speak to like the relationship between Forney and Novely before we kind of get a little bit more into like the tragedy and then the triumph of her friend.
Hmm. So Forney, oh man, I love the character of Forney because when we first meet him, we think he's kind of a jerk, but we learn that, he has a lot of personal issues going on in his life. He wanted to be a teacher. He didn't get to finish college. He's been taking care of his older sister, but he super smart, and he is immediately taken with Novalee and
Hmm.
ends up being, you know, the love interest. And this is what goes to the difference between how I view this as a kid versus how I view this as an adult. And maybe it was Natalie Portman's acting job, but as a kid, I really thought that she just didn't like him. Like I was reading it as like, oh no, she's not interested in him
Hmm.
because he's a dweeb. But no, it was she really did. She did love Forney, but she thought that she wasn't good enough because
Hmm.
he was smart and he, could she thought he could go on and do so much more with himself um than what she could. So she pushed him away because she was insecure about, where she came from and not because she didn't like him. But as a kid, I was like, "Oh, why don't you like Forney?" And but then as an adult, I'm like, "Oh, okay, I see. She did love Forney. She just didn't think she was good enough for him." But it was obvious that he was in love with her. Every scene he was in with her,
Hmm.
looking at her with the googly eyes, you could tell. And he was so good with Americus. And
Hmm.
you just, I rooted for their relationship so much.
Mm-hmm.
Like
Mm-hmm.
like, oh my goodness, if they don't end up together, I'll never watch this movie.
Yeah.
But
Um,
um Forney was a really cool character because at the end of the day, he just wanted the best for Nova Lee in Americus and he loved her.
yeah, he was really supportive. I like that about him a lot. And it wasn't with pressure either. Like he encouraged her and he was like kind of going with the flow, but still like um, pouring into her. And so I just liked how he was going about it. Like he knew he was in love with her, but he wasn't trying
Pressing.
to put that all out there or press it. He just kind of just being here for her as a friend that she needs right now, or family, whatever you want to call it. But like, and then there for America, she able to go to work. He watching her all the time. Like, you know what I mean? He's heavily involved in their lives. And I kind of agree with how you felt as a kid, though, Mia. Like, it still was giving platonic for me. Like, even though she did finally admit that she thought she wasn't good enough for him, which makes sense. But I still just didn't get that. And I'm happy they ended up together because I wanted them to. I was like, dude, you gotta be with him. But I still didn't feel like she was really into him enough to be getting married. But again, I know they sped it up, sure. But I just didn't get that from her. Like just a little. I mean, they literally. I mean, they had sex, so I guess
But
that
you gotta
same
look at the subtleties, like that moment when she comes in
the picture of the
from and she's taking the picture of him and Novaly sleeping and like
yeah
how she was looking at him before he left, you could see that
yeah
she was thinking like, oh shoot, hold on.
yeah. That part, I was like, okay, she's starting to see him in a different light. So I did appreciate the scene. I just wish I would have got a little bit more, just a little bit, not too much, because I like the subtleness of it, but I would have liked just a little bit more.
Um, I think it is an interesting dynamic between them two, because she's grown, but she still doesn't. It's realistic because it's this thing where you grow and you might know you've grown, but you don't know how much you've grown. And then people around you at some point will acknowledge how much you've grown at different moments and different settings of life. But like she don't know how much she's grown, and she don't. So as she's grown, she don't really see her value increasing because according to her, she's still in her mind. She's
Mhm.
grown as a woman. Her daughter's getting older. She's trying to be a grown woman, trying to figure this thing out, make life work here. But in her mind, she's still that same 17-year-old that was left at the Walmart by her baby daddy.
Mm-hmm.
And so when she sees a person like Forney, that like, he's a real one, he's taking care of his sister, or even up until her death, and but he was on his way to college. He's a very intelligent dude, and he was prepared to do some things. To see that, she just looking at herself like, bro, I'm just a 17-year-old country girl that don't know nothing. I can't read like that. I don't have that many skills like that. And you're like educated and you have potential. I don't see myself with potential. I sleep with guys that work at a mechanic shop. Like, my so it's I understood where she was coming from, you know what I mean? And sometimes that happens for any of us where we kind of sleep on ourselves and we sabotage what we got going on. So we like because we can't fathom this individual wanting us because we feel so down about ourselves for whatever reason. And this is any of us, you know what I mean? For whatever reason, we feel down. Maybe I'm not tall, I'm too short, I'm too big, too small, I'm not that educated, I don't make that much money. All of us have this. This is the human experience. That's why this movie works so well. Is because it's this small town, this small corner of the world. But when you look at the humanity in it, you could very well connect with it, and that's why I really connect with it. So I understood where she was coming from, but some time passes because I want to kind of put a bow on that whole thing, and she eventually goes all the way out. He's in Maryland.
Yes.
Sheesh, from Oklahoma to Maryland is crazy. But she goes out there to go see what's up, and she thinks that he already has another love interest and he's moved on. So she pretty much about to get up out of there. But he know Nova Lee, and she told him straight up like, I lied when I told you I didn't love you. I lied, and just the feelings that he had, just laying the whole thing out. That when she said that, like that was heartbreaking. Like, and I'll speak to that in a later category. But she ends up telling like, "Hey, I lied," and this is all coming off the heels of, uh, Willie Jake, saying like, "Don't you wish you ain't never had a moment where you wish you could change the whole thing?" I still think he was full of shit, but I get why the movie put it there. What do y'all want to say about that kind of conclusion of them? She coming out there to get her man back, and obviously they had that conversation and they end up getting married.
That made me happy. Like I said, I'm glad she was woman enough to come out there and share her true feelings because he could have moved on. That happens too. He could have
Yeah,
went the other way.
that's true.
Um, yeah, I mean, it made my heart full because this movie had a lot of losses in it
Yeah, it did.
and just a lot of trauma. So I just like I need something. So I was happy to see that for sure.
Same, of course. Of course. I think that the thing that set it off for her was when he talked about getting a job at the plastics factory and she was like, "Oh no, like you're not about to do that. Not for me. You got to go make something of yourself. I'm not going to hold you back." Which you could say is the biggest act of love. But in the end, she like, nah, I gotta go get my man. But and then we find that Willie Jack had come to Oklahoma for whatever reason and had a horrible accident. You know, he was in the hospital just down bad, looking like death. And so she really went there to tell him to stay away from her baby. But being the soft heart that she is, decided to help him out and take him back home um, before she went to go get her man back. Um, I still, of course, I don't think Willie Jack was redeemed in any way. I feel like, yeah, you live like that. That's what happens. And he got what
Hmm.
happened to him because, like, me being a soft hearted person, of course, it did make me a little like sad when Lexi was reading the paper about how, someone robbed him for his wheelchair, just because even though he was a terrible person, I still don't just like terrible things that happen to people just for the sake of terrible things happening. I don't think, he
So you
deserves
felt, let me ask,
better. Yeah.
you were more okay with him going to jail than him losing his legs.
What do you mean?
I'm saying like, because clearly this character, like, hey, you want some like
Some
revenge, like, because you did her
like
dirt ball, so
I
it's like the jail is not as much of an issue as losing his legs.
I don't even necessarily feel like him losing his legs was the thing for me. It was just to see like after he lost his legs, he just
So his wheelchair.
like somebody took his wheelchair and he was found in a restaurant. Like it just seems like okay, we got him back. He lost his legs. Like damn, you know,
Hmm.
a
Okay.
Simpsons team. Oh, he's already dead.
My
Stop.
leg.
It just feels like it just
Assault on injury.
and it wasn't even and again, I don't think his character deserved better. I just
You
am
feel
an
like he didn't deserve that much.
and I won't even say that. It just I don't like to see that sort of thing happen to people. Even if,
Okay.
it I won't say that I wish it didn't happen to him. It's just like it just made me sad.
No,
Like,
that's you just human and you have a heart and I understand what you mean. I definitely understand because there's a Black Mirror episode called White Bear.
yes.
Yeah, and
Yes.
that is where it starts to bring into question how far should punishment go?
Yes. Oh my God. We're gonna have to talk about that off camera.
Absolutely. anytime you want to talk about Black Mirror, I'm
But I
your
have the
guy.
same thoughts about the episode. So we're gonna have to,
Yeah.
yeah.
Hey, look. Anytime you want to, if something come up, hit me up. We be chopping up about it. But um,
But yeah, and in the end, of course, I I knew Forney would never pass up an opportunity, even if he had moved on. It wouldn't matter. It wouldn't matter. Oh, sorry, my girl came back, so it
I'm
was
out.
oh,
it
you
was.
think he was occupied? Y'all think he was
I
occupied?
don't think he was,
Oh,
but I'm
Oh,
saying
okay.
even if he was, when
right.
nobody came, it was a wrap for
Drag,
Lex.
drop that off. Yeah, dead
If
that.
I got my family back, I got no like because America's that was his baby.
Yeah, that
Oh,
was.
yeah.
He delivered her.
Mhm.
Like,
Yeah.
Mhm.
yeah,
But I love it. I love how they got married in the Walmart because
fire, fire.
that was kind of where her story started. That's imagine being dropped off in a town, just a random town that you never been to, never heard of, never thought about. You went there just to use the bathroom, and then your whole life becomes this place. Like you end up building your whole life in this town. And I
Bruh.
just thought it was it's super heartwarming to me to see how like the story wraps up for her and for Lexi and you know in the Walmart where it all started, and it's and the song that plays at the end just always brings me a little thug tear, and I'm like, this is just like it warms me up on the inside.
Yeah, now this type of this is that type of movie. Ash, anything you want to say? And like kind of the ladder of this movie as far as like what we talked about with Willie Jake, the marriage of her them two getting back together. The friend ended up getting, we get that wedding scene when she
Oh
told
yeah,
this like real beautiful story of why she knew he was the one.
yeah.
And we kind of get that all in like the last moments of the movie. Anything you want to elaborate on with those things?
Yeah, I'm good off Willie Jack. Don't need to talk about him. But yeah, Lexi getting married to old dude, man. That story she was telling again, it just the first thing I thought of was safety. She felt safe, and he was stable. Stability and safety is what led her to this decision. And again, after everything she went through, she got 5 kids. Now you pregnant with his baby, so you gonna have six. Like, golly, Lexi, please,
Yeah,
please,
yeah.
get you something,
She made
okay?
me she made me uncomfortable.
You are just like
Lex,
you gotta relax.
I'm
But
telling you, she was pregnant every scene, every other scene she was pregnant. Or
goodness,
You know what? Like she probably had no like future goal. Like this is life. This is what it is. I feel like certain people that are in the South that have a lot of kids, this is life. This is I strive to have a family. That's the goal. Like so, But anyway, go ahead, Ash. My bad.
no, you good. But yeah, I mean, it was a nice wedding, and again, he traded his car for was it the ex's
Daughter.
daughter,
Mm-hmm.
right? Okay, yeah, that's. And see, again, on the outside looking at him, like
Mm-hmm.
aesthetically, absolutely not. But there's more than meets the eye. It still was a stretch, though. I will agree that is a stretch. Like they could have gave. I'm trying to think of an actor that they could have gave for him.
What
That
was
was
this?
that's like
2000.
super mediocre, but like not completely was somebody that could have maybe like
but that I think that's the
give me like a Ben Stiller or something like
Like a Jim Carrey.
like
Jim Carrey. Nah, we not even about to play with him like that.
give me Ben, right?
Ben
Maybe
Stiller.
Just kind of like your average white guy type look.
yeah,
Like that's
like
where it's like, okay, he could be like Steve Carroll. You know what I mean? Like a Steve Carroll, where you're like, okay, he's good looking enough where you could see it, but he's nerdy enough where you know what I mean.
where
Like
you
just
still like out of the
yeah,
league
somewhere in
type
the
thing.
balance. Like this guy is like so far out of there. It's like, but again, I mean, I understand how they got there because they in the South.
Hey,
She don't
listen,
know her value. She's got a lot of kids, so she's undervaluing herself because of that.
I don't look at it that way though.
hey, listen.
I don't
Steve
look at
Carell, Salt and Pepper. Hey, he's
oh no, because
a
Steve Carell is fine.
I'm good at that because listen,
Oh,
Carell is fine.
don't
We're
play
not
with
about to play
Steve.
with
Don't play with Steve. That's
oh, okay. Y'all rocking with Steve though,
him.
huh?
for
The
it. Here for it.
All right, I didn't know. My bad. I better fall back. I didn't know y'all was
Hey,
rocking with
hey,
Steve Carroll like that.
he didn't grew up.
It
Big
grew up.
not the little one. That's Big Steve, okay?
All right.
Hey,
But I have
Hey,
to
Steve Carroll out here getting the black women. You know what I mean?
hey, listen.
we the black women are we're suckers for a little salt and
A little salt and
Oh,
pepper.
pepper.
every time.
Come on, don't
That's
play.
funny. That is funny.
But I think that I don't think it was Lexi undervaluing herself. I think it was actually her finally seeing the value in herself because
Okay.
I think you're so caught up on how he looks that you're not thinking about like the whole purpose is him being a man of good character. Like because even we first see the scene with him riding by and her and Novalie are outside and she's like, she don't even want to wave at him because she's kind of embarrassed that she's entertaining him. She's like, oh my goodness, like, well, he makes Brownie feel like, he makes Brownie laugh and I
Mhm.
and nobody does. So I just, I want to give him a shot. And then she gives him a shot and finds out that he's just a great person. So
I
I
see
feel
the
like
character in him, but it's just can't ignore the physical. Like,
Yeah, I mean,
'cause I can see the character. She chose like, say you were going with the good looking guys. You see where that just left you single and with another baby. So like, say she going with who matches her aesthetically. Clearly, it doesn't. They're not sitting on any type of foundation. So I get the character for sure. Like I understand the game plan, but I still can't ignore that he's just completely like completely.
sometimes you got to get you an ugly nigga. And that is the moral of.
The first she was waiting though, right here. This is what she wanted to get to.
yes.
And
Welcome to the podcast.
another Mia quotable right here.
There it is. Sometimes you gotta get you ugly.
There's a market for it.
Yes,
Sometimes
there
you
is a
want to get
market
cracked.
for it. Mia
Sometimes you gotta
B.
get you an ugly nigga. Hey,
Hey, she did
spam
that.
Mia in the comments. No
Hey,
more
straight up, she
justice.
just told y'all. Look
No more
now.
justice over here. We spamming Mia B. Okay.
Nas, justice for Jim, always. Okay.
Hey,
Hey,
spam
Mia
Mia.
killed that bar. She like, hey, sometimes, like, look, and she
Like,
went.
what?
Hey,
Say that fast.
she broke the fourth wall right there.
Yes, just
That
say
was
that.
good. Yeah,
And
like,
on that note, I'm done.
Okay.
I'm done.
Appreciate
uh,
the acknowledgement, B. Okay.
nah, damn, what was I about to say? There was the marriage, the damn, like it was a good point I was gonna make. This was my last point before we got into our later category. Uh, she was with the guy. I mean, well, I'll just say this. Mia, you're right in the sense that, like, okay, we're looking at the region, and it does that. You're right. She does kind of carry herself more value because we get a dark moment, and again with this, the five omen where she had talked about having five kids, so
Hmm.
that ties into the five omen.
We didn't talk about the five omen when the baby got kidnapped because Forney was like,
Oh yeah,
Mary,
there's that five in that.
she's like, five.
Yeah, and so
And then
that's
when
why.
I read the article about Billy Jack, of being Willie Jack, it was America's fifth birthday.
Her fifth birthday, yeah. That's why I said this could have been a horror film. It's that part that looming makes it could have been a horror film. But yeah, nonetheless, I do, like I said, we're just expanding on the conversation. I think we all make good points. I don't think nobody's wrong here. I think when you say, hey, she's grown, she values herself enough to know that, hey, you're looking at the wrong things. This is what you should look for. That's why she goes with him. Oh, this is what I wanted to say. I remember now. The only I guess because I know I'm pretty sure, but if you haven't, there's a phrase where women love with their ears, men love with their eyes, and so that's why I can see where it tracks because she spoke to us what he told her, which put her over the hump. And then of course with his eyes, he's like, yo, like five kids or not, she one of the ones. So, and that's just what it is. That's just our nature. All right, but that's the film review. Anything else y'all want to say about the movie before we get into our categories?
I got one more thing.
Go
Just
for
one
it.
more. One thing that I love about this film is if you look at it closely enough, if you're watching it with from a certain perspective, it'll show you a lot of the things that we attribute to a certain demographic of people has nothing to do. It's very much a class issue and not a race issue.
Class issue. Okay. What do you
Because
mean?
these are, you look at a character like Lexi, she got five different kids by four different men, and she's a nurse, and you know, Nobley and sisters. And I feel like these are things that we don't necessarily see a lot in media with white characters.
Mm-hmm.
These are stereotypes that we see a lot in film and media about Black people,
Mm-hmm.
Hispanic people. we don't get a lot of this type of media
That's true.
covering white characters. But there's a whole demographic of people who could
Hmm.
relate, who are in that demographic. And so I appreciate that, even though, the book came out in 1995 and the film came out in 2000. I haven't seen too much else in that vein since, unless I really probably sit and think about it. And
Joe Dirt. I don't know. I never see Joe Dirt, but
Joe Dierte. But no, I just that was the only thing that I wanted to say. I just, I love this movie. I appreciate it a lot.
okay. Ash, anything else that you may have not got to say that you want to say about the movie before we get in our later sections? Okay, I'll say this. This is the only thing I want to say. There's one moment in this movie that I was crying laughing. I was catching my breath because I couldn't stop laughing. And it was when Nova Lee named her baby. And when I seen America's and then seeing how it was written, bruh, I had to pause the movie, take my headphones off because I was laughing so hard. Like I'll be the type laughing, and then my daughter be looking at like I'll be laughing so much they'll start laughing because they don't know what I'm laughing about. I was like, why? He told you to come up with something important, and this is what you. I was crying, laughing. I could. That was like the funniest thing to me. And my humor is things that are not meant to be funny that are funny. That's my humor. So, but that's all I wanted to say about the movie. With that being said, character that you relate to, identify with the most. Ash.
Gotta go with Nova Lee. Just doing whatever she has to do to take care of her daughter. I mean, that's me with my son. And her just trying to see the good in people. That's a running theme for me. That's how I am as well. I always try to seek the good, but you know. So yeah.
I ain't mad at it. Mia.
I love that, and I can relate to that too, Ash. Like I could pick Natalie for a lot of those same reasons, but I actually went with sister
Mm.
because if I have it to give, I'ma give. If I have it to do, I'ma do. Um, and I like to be. Don't no, that's not what I
Let
mean.
me let me get some of that then, man.
I said
Oh,
if I
She
have
said
it.
gas prices is high right now.
let me get you in the
Do
chat.
you hear
Look.
me? Do you hear me? It's the year of our Lord 2026. It's not
Boy,
2000, it's not 1995. That girl built the whole house for $41,000, but we ain't even. Mm.
sheesh. Beautiful.
But
That's a
listen,
tiny house.
I just feel like, I try to help where I can, and you know, I I like to give when I can. But I liked yours too, Ash, because I can see a lot of that in me too.
Mm.
Thanks.
If y'all know me, my whole life I've been like this, like kind of overlooked, underrated, underdog. So Forney, obviously, that shouldn't be a shocker to anybody. Just because sometimes you could do all of the right things and still get overlooked. And in his eyes, in that moment, he's not looking at it like, oh, she thinks I'm too good for her. He's looking at it like, because he values her so much that he's looking at it like, damn, I'm not good enough for her. Like,
Hmm.
and that it's just a mind blowing twist when we get that, and that's why it paid off so much when she pulled up on the college and said, "I lied, like I love you," and it's like I felt that because for Forney, that was such a win for him. He needed that win. College meant a lot to him. He could get back on track for his dream, but more than that dream was Nova Lee and America's. You know what I mean? So for me, just I'm getting in a stage and a phase of my life where I'm finally being acknowledged and appreciated in the way that I'm looking for. Not to say I ain't never been appreciated, but like in a sense that I'm being recognized in a special way that has helped building my confidence for a dark skinned kid that grew up with low self esteem. So I relate to Forney in this movie for sure. Get to stepping. Character you could do without, or what you felt the film didn't need. Mia.
I said Mama Lil. Her mom
Oh,
coming back
okay.
to the hospital after the baby was
Oh
born.
yeah.
Yeah, that's a good one. Get her out of here, man. Ash.
Well, Willie Jack. I know we needed him for the initial, but I'm still getting him out of here for sure.
Yeah, I got Willie Jack as well. Honorable mention Lexi, but I'm going Willie Jack. I almost put Lexi, but when sister left, I understood her role. If they
Yeah.
kept if they kept both of them, I would have said then I would have stayed with Lexi because they kind of served the same.
Nah, you
They
got your mama and then you got your friends. She needs some
Yeah,
friends.
but the friend was like a mama figure.
No, that was her home.
Oh,
But it when Lexi, I mean, when sister left, it fit perfectly. I'm like, okay, cool, I'm rocking. So I'm going Willie Jake as well. I just we could have got that opening, and we could. I don't even think the movie needs to like, oh, full circle moment of oh he comes back and say, do you ever have a moment you? Because it don't even track for me with him. You're a buster. We don't need him.
you sounded like me on these things, boy. Usually it's me
What?
You just
messing somebody's name
that's
up.
what name
What's his name?
Willie Jack.
What did I
Jack.
say?
Jake.
Willie Jake or something.
Willie, whatever. Like, bruh, you got two names. You're Willie, nigga. Like, you're Willie. Like, you're not important. Like, you're Willie. You lucky I even saved your name. I'm gonna call you Mullet. All right. Lines that deserve to be slimed. Ash.
Yes, from a couple. This is from Lexi. I have 5 children. Everything is an inconvenience.
Got that too.
Ain't that the truth?
Mm-hmm.
This is from Nova Lee. It was pretty deep when she was talking to Lexi. I don't have it like word for word, but she's like, because Lexi was saying, what does she tell her children? And she was like, you tell them we all have meanness in us, but we have good too. And the only thing worth living for is the good, so we can pass it along. Right, that was a bar from Nova Lee. And then last one was from Forney. There's nothing out there better than you. She was like, I mean, that was just that right. I'm gonna marry you. Like what? And we
Mm-hmm.
finna head out here. But
Absolutely.
yeah,
Yeah. Me and B.
Okay, I have a few. I have Don't You Dare give that baby a name that means something.
Mm-hmm.
And that's funny enough, like I took that into my life. Like when you're a kid and you like coming up with baby names, I used to just but once I heard him say that in that movie, it always stuck with me to give my kids names that had meaning to them. Um, then I have Lexi. Well, I started when I was 15. I just never stopped. I wanted to find the first one a daddy, and all I got out of that was another baby. Then I wanted to find them both a daddy, and so on and so on. I think I'm going about this the wrong way. I'm sorry. I just thought that was cute. Uh,
Facts.
and then I have sister when the people from Midnight Mississippi came. She said, well, you folks could have saved yourselves a trip because the word of God has been in this house for a very long time. And then I have Ruth Myers, Willie Jack's manager. He said, you want me to play something? What the hell you think I want you to do? Call bingo? And then I have the first part of that quote that Ash said. Um, and then Novely telling Lexi, you tell them that our lives can change with every breath we take, and tell them to hold on like hell to what they've got, each other, and a mother who would die for them and almost did.
Mm-mm-mm.
bar.
Bar. Well, I had the same one as Ash had as far as 5 kids. Everything's an inconvenience. I got 2 kids, and everything's an inconvenience. Trust me, and me, you know that life. The other quote I have is, "Dear Lord, we ask you to bless this food to the nourishment of our bodies, and we ask forgiveness, Lord, for the fornication that Mr. Sprock and me committed this morning on this very table." You know, now
Getting it in.
and sidebar, they originally had Whoopi instead of fornication, so I think they made the right decision with
Me too.
Whoopi would have been like, yeah. And then lastly, we said it earlier, but they saw through all that. They saw evil, and all I could see was a Buick. That's a deep line, man,
Yeah.
from Lexi. Things you would change about the movie, what you felt they didn't get right, maybe.
The first thing is just I wish we had more had a conversation with Forney or some context as to why he was there when she was giving birth. Like how would because I know he saw her go into the Walmart, but why was he still around to hear her screams and jump through the window? Like I wish we would have had a
Yeah,
conversation
that's yeah, absolutely.
where he told us like, yeah, I just happened to be walking back from like I saw you walk in there when I was on my way here and when I was on my way back, I heard you scream. Like something to give context as to why he
Hmm.
was there to jump through the window.
He was on some Joe Goldberg shit.
Not cut it out. No, he
Cause
was.
remember he was over the fence. He was just staring like, why are you even? You didn't.
He was
I think
lurking.
it was just like he was there and he's like, why is she going in the back of the Walmart when it's about to close? Like I think he was just like curious. But it wouldn't stop it. I feel like it would I wanted a little bit more context because I don't know why. Even as a kid, it was I was like, well, what how did he know she was in there?
Always make sure you get home safe.
No, girl, nah.
Hey, he was
Girl,
wilding out there.
nuh
He was
girl,
wilding.
nuh That's funny.
But I think that was the thing. I don't have too many nitpicks
Yeah.
for this movie, but that was one thing that has always just kind of stood out. Like I went what we do out there.
What's going on?
Dropped in like Batman, huh?
And boy, Ash.
Oh yeah, the guitar in prison with Willie Jack, that just really bothered me. Like, there's no way, absolutely not. Um, like this guitar is huge, by the way.
Yeah, it's a weapon.
Um,
It's a weapon. Like,
yeah, this is like contraband. So, and then the pacing, like I said, there was a pacing issue. Like it covered a lot of time, but we like I would have liked to know where we were and not just kind of hear it. Like, oh, it's been 5 years through conversation. Like I needed to gauge it better. So that and then Willie Jack, it was too much time with him. Didn't need it or want it. Like bro said, maybe one or two scenes, like the initial obviously drop off, and then maybe something else. But it was just too much time with him. Didn't need that. That's it.
I got two things. One of them I already mentioned, but I'll say it here again. Ashley Judd, her character Lexi, I just think I just think she's too attractive for the role. I don't believe it. I'm sorry. I'm not saying that there's not attractive people in the South that go through these scenarios because I'm sure I know it happens. I as a viewer, I can't see it. You know what I mean? It's just one of them things I can't see it. And then my other thing, and this is the other only thing, this movie is too long. This movie is too long for the genre of movie. It's this kind of rom com
The
dramedy kind.
comedy.
You know what I mean? So it's a little too long, and I think we can cut this down from 2 hours to an hour 45 if we get rid of the Willie
Jack.
what Willie whatever. You know, get rid of his scenes. We can cut
Oh,
this. We
God.
can cut that down to probably 150, and then we can get rid of some like other little sidebar stuff. We'll get about 145. I think we got a fully solid. Still a good movie, regardless. 2 hours for a movie like this is a mad stretch, but that's it. The movie's pretty much really good. Like there's not really the issues we spoke about earlier in the episode. It's just personal gripes. I don't think it makes the movie flawed. It's just preference. So, lastly, more of the story in your opinion, Ash.
Being a good mother isn't about having it all together. It's about consistency, love, and choosing your child, even when life is messy.
Mm,
Period.
I like it. And that Mother's Day thing, come on with that. Mia, what you got?
Listen,
Yeah.
I had sometimes the family you need is the one you find along the way.
Mm.
bar.
Mm. Boy, those some hard follow ups, but I'll say this. Uh, don't be so thought out or structured that you leave no room for life's organic change.
Mm.
You know that you'll benefit from this if you'll swim with the stream. So she had plans to go to Vegas with Willie whatever, but end up landing here in Oklahoma, and life had a different plan for her, but she embraced it. And a lot of people can't do this, and
Mm-hmm.
I'm a big proponent of just recognizing what's going on around me, not so much the world, but just around me, and that has been a gift to have great timing. That's been something that I've noticed throughout my adult life that I feel like God has blessed me with is like great timing. And so you got to leave room for organic or authentic movement. And sometimes you want to plan everything to the T, and then if whatever the stream or the winds is going, you won't go with that direction, but and you leave no room for. But sometimes that's the direction you need to go with. Just roll with it, just flow with it. So that's what I got from this movie, from Nova Lee's journey. And that is our review of this movie. What a review. Truly a fun movie, man. I hope y'all check this out. Y'all, again, like we said earlier in the episode, watch these movies. Of course, y'all love us. We're going to give y'all everything, but watch the movie so y'all can really connect with us and feel where we're coming from. With that being said, we're about to get a reveal of our next film, and it's on Ash. We do not discuss this prior. Whether y'all believe it or not, we do not discuss this prior. So we're shocked and surprised as much as you are. With that being said, Ash, the floor is yours.
You're on mute, girlfriend.
My bad, my bad. Okay. So I was kind of struggling a little bit because I'm like, where do I want to take it? I want to switch it up a little bit. So I had a few ideas in mind and switched it up at the last minute. So we're going back just a few years to 98. And I see this movie probably once or twice. So it's not really like a regular in the rotation, or it was. And I remember it being a good movie, and it has some hitters in there. I feel like this is a Mia B pick, but it's on Ash. So we're bringing Julia Roberts to the scene. We haven't discussed any of her movies just yet. She's in there with Susan Sarandon, if that's her name.
Susan Sarandon.
Correct. So the movie that I am choosing is Stepmom.
I kn-
Oh man, my wife wanted me to choose this movie so bad.
Mhm.
I had watched a scene of this movie, and I heavily considered it because she was like, "This is the movie you need to go with." And I watched. I was like, "You know what? This might be a good pick." But I never seen this
mm.
movie, so that's the
Oh
fact.
man.
Wow.
As you may have guessed, yes, I have seen this movie.
Oh yeah.
I love this movie. Now I won't say that I've watched it a lot. I've seen it maybe once or twice, but I know that it is an emotional roller coaster.
Hmm.
It is a
Mhm.
it's a definitely a conversation starter.
Mhm.
It's called
It's a
Stepmother.
Stepmom
Stepmom. This is
on
gonna be
HBO Max maybe. So we'll check. I'll check that.
Yeah, this is gonna be really good because the I already have my movie ready, and we got three totally different movies, but they're all relatively in the same demographic. So
ah,
I can't wait.
ah,
Oh, I can't wait. All right, so y'all heard it here first. Ash is give a reveal stepmom. So y'all go check that out on whatever your streaming platforms is. If you gotta pay for it, just pay for it so y'all can connect with us.
Right.
Like, I'm telling you, you want to be a
Mama,
part of it. You don't want to have FOMO. For y'all that don't know what FOMO means, fear of missing out. So y'all want to connect.
And if you have trouble paying for it, Mia B did mention if she has it, she's willing to help.
Don't ask me.
Hey, she out here. Hey,
Because
she out here looking out. You know what I'm saying?
listen,
Don't let Ash get you.
Hey, Mama C, come through. Like,
hey,
hey, somebody
a
come through and
plethora of funds over
look
there.
out for the stoop kids. You know what I'm saying? Get the Discord popping.
No.
Nah, that is hilarious. But Mia B, wonderful job as always. Ash Bash, wonderful job as always. Great episode. Love what we did. Y'all heard our next movie. Truly, we had a good time, a wonderful time as we do every week. Shout out to all our truck drivers. Shout out to our nurses. Shout out to our 9 to 5ers who listen to our show while working or driving or whatever you're doing. Shout out to all of y'all. Thank y'all for listening. Again, y'all can reach out to us. Our email is childishgrownups3@gmail.com. Our Instagram, The Childish Grown Up Show, no spaces. Y'all can leave a comment on this video. Apple review will be the highest form of appreciation for us so that y'all can get us not just 5 stars, but leave a comment in Apple review. That will put us on another level, get people more exposed to our show. Y'all feel it's great. We got some beautiful things coming in the future. But in the meantime, in between time, thank y'all for listening. Peace out.